Hi everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. Today I am sharing a thrifted and styled marathon of some of my favorite thrift hauls and thrifted styling decor that I have shared on my channel. These are all videos from around this time last year, and I thought it'd be so fun to look back on some of my favorite thrifted finds. If you love thrifted and antique decor as much as I do, then I really think that you're going to enjoy this video. I would appreciate a thumbs up if you're excited about it. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. I am so excited about today's video. This is one of my favorite kinds of videos to share with you. I'm going to be doing a thrift and antique haul of items that I have purchased recently, and I have a pretty big haul. I've just been kind of collecting things as I've gone to the thrift stores and antique stores over the last month, and I wanted to just combine it all and share it in this video. And I do apologize if the lighting is kind of weird or you can hear the rain and thunder outside. It is a stormy, gloomy day here, but I'm going to make the most of it and share this haul with you all. So let's go ahead and get started because I have a pretty big selection to share. Okay, the first items that I'm going to share I picked up from an antique flea market store, and the first is this item, and I have been looking for something like this. I kind of want to revamp a place in my living room, and I've been looking for an item like this for a while, and I thought this was the perfect size and shape, and it was $3. I have seen some before, but they were a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but I thought this was the perfect size and a good price, so I'm excited to style this soon. I also picked up these beads while I was there, and these were $2.50. I love the shape of these. They have different shapes on the beads, the color of them. I just thought that was a really good deal for this, and I think it's a perfect size. It's not too big. I can incorporate it in different places. I do have an idea of where I want to style this, but I was excited to pick that up, and I thought it was a good price. And then I also picked up this little spool. I have a couple of like taller spools that are bigger that I paid like $8 or $10 for. I got them from the same place. I picked them up around the fall time, but this one was different than those. But the price is still on this one. It was only $2. I thought that was a good deal. Pretty much anywhere I put it, it will flow with all of my decor. So I was excited to pick that up for only $2. I also picked up 2 books while I was there, and they are both from Reader's Digest, and they were $2 each. But I just loved the detail on the cover of these and on the side, and then I like how old and worn the pages look. I picked up that one, and then also this one is a thicker book. It's another Reader's Digest, but I thought that green would be so pretty for spring, summer, and that could even go into fall as well, and the pretty like rust color. But I loved the way that the pages on these looked. Could definitely style them like that, or like I said, display the pretty covers of these. So I thought that was a good deal for these, and they're in pretty good shape. And then I only picked up one other thing. I found this when I walked in. I absolutely loved the top. It does come off, and it is just a box, but I absolutely loved the detail on this. This looks like a crystal knob, and then it has a floral, like a galvanized floral detail. I thought that the sign said $5.97. Well, after she rang everything up and I got to my car and was trying to calculate everything, I actually think this was $15.97. So I probably wouldn't have bought it if I had realized how much it was, but I do really like it. So I will definitely find a place to use it. But like I said, it is new. It's made to look old, but I have some ideas for this. You can even take off the top and display it like beside it, you know, and then put things inside the box and on top. So definitely a very beautiful piece, but like I said, that one was a little bit more. But that's what I got from the antique flea market, and then the rest of these items came from my like local thrift store. It's like a thrift antique flea market. So let me go ahead and show you these. I found some items that I'm so excited about and things that I've been looking for a while. So I'm going to start with my favorite items first, and it's actually a set of something. If you I don't know if you follow Nicole from The Simplistic Home, but she shared these on her channel a while ago, and she also shared them over on her Instagram. She doesn't even know who I am, but I do follow her channel and I love her content. But she finds some amazing things thrifting. But she shared these and I was like, wow, those are so beautiful. I would love to be able to find something, you know, similar to that. Well, when I went into, I'm sorry, it is coming down out there now, so you can probably hear the rain. I do apologize. But I went into a thrift store one day, and it was like the first booth that I walked up to. It is this beautiful set of candle holders, and the top, you could put a candle. You can tell there's been one in that. But are these not so beautiful? I haven't even taken the little string off. But it is this beautiful green and copper color. And the top is glass. I love them so much. Like I said, I don't know if it's exactly like the ones she shared, but it is similar. I could not believe that I found them. I was so excited. And y'all, I got these for $4.99. The set was $4.99. I couldn't even believe it. So definitely my favorite, or one of my favorite items in this whole haul, and I cannot wait to style them. And I was so excited to find those, and it's unlike any other candle holders that I have. I have a lot of candle holders, but these are different than any other ones I have, and I thought they would be perfect for the spring and summertime. I can't wait to style them. All right, I've shared before that I have been looking for gold picture frames because I'm trying to collect them to do a like picture wall in my bedroom, and I found this one, and it's pretty heavy, but I love the detail on there. The gold frame is so pretty, and this was only $2, and this one is pretty heavy. I have picked up several from there over the last couple of months, but this was the one that I found recently, so I'm excited to add that to my little collection I have going on. I still need a few more to, you know, make a statement on that wall, but I was excited to pick that up. And then another thing that I've been looking for a while is a sifter, and I found one. I love the like vintage look of it. This one still has a price on there too. It was only $150, so I thought that was a good deal. I'm planning to like pop some greenery down in here. I have a couple of different places that I can put this. But I just love it. This one is kind of like bent up, banged up a little bit, but I like it. I think that gives it more character. So $150 for that. I was excited to pick that up. All right, if you have seen how I have my TV stand, or it used to be our TV stand, it's like a furniture piece in my living room. I have a little like gray vine ball, I guess is what you would call it, on there, and I picked it up from the thrift store years ago, but I found another one, and I actually think this might be a little bit bigger than the one that I have, but this was only $1, so I went ahead and picked it up because I have another like little candle holder in the section where I have this other one styled, and I thought it'd be cute to have two of them, so I did go ahead and pick that up for only $1. All right, so you know that I have been looking for boxes or old drawers, things like that. I've really been enjoying incorporating them into my decor. I just feel like you can add those and style more things because I'm definitely a maximalist. I know that stresses some people out, and I'm sorry, but I like a lot of things, and I like to be able to display a lot of things in different ways. So I did find this. They had it just like laying there. I almost didn't even see it. But I don't know if this is a drawer, an old box. I'm not really sure what its purpose was used for, but I like the detail of it, and I am planning to, you know, put it to where I can put things on the bottom, the top, you just kind of display more things in an area. And this was only $2.99, so I thought that was a good price. It's in decent shape. It does have a few like chips and stuff on it, but I thought for that price, it was a good deal, so I did pick that up as well. Okay, this next item, I have actually looked at things similar to this for a while, and I just kind of always talked myself out of it because I didn't really know what I would use it for, but every time I would see one in the store, I was just drawn to it. But I found this, the tag said glass insulator, and it's very heavy, and this one does have some like damage to it, but I think that just gives things more character. So I did pick this up. This was only $2, and I mean, you know, this would be cute styled with all of my things. It would even be cute like if I wanted to just, I don't know if it'll fit in there, but like display it on top of there with some candle holders, a dolly, you know, just mix it in with all of my items. So did pick that up because like I said, I've been drawn to those for a while, and just for one reason or another never picked one up. All right, this next item, I don't know why I like it. Have you ever just like find things that you're drawn to but you can't really explain why? And I don't really have anything else like this, but I saw it and really liked it. It's this Hershey's Cocoa tin, and I just really like the color of it. I like the worn look of it. I think this will be cute display with some of my brass things. And let's see, so the tag is still on it too. Hershey's Cocoa, $8. But this booth was having a 30% off sale, so I got it for like $5 something. So I really like it. I think it would even be cute. You could open it and pop some greenery in there, display the little lid beside it. But I have a couple ideas for this. I thought it looked cute, mixed in with my brass things, and yeah, I really like the colors of it too. All right, these next items just kind of go with things that I'm always on the lookout for, or have been, you know, in the last several months on the lookout for when I go. And it's like different little crocks and cheese jars, things like that. And just looking at this, I actually didn't even realize that these were like the same size, but they're different colors. This one does still have, you know, the lid where you can pop it on the lid on there. This one does not. And I paid $2 for this and $5 for this. 2 different times I went to the thrift store, I found these. I have one that's similar to this. It didn't have a top, but I just really enjoyed collecting these. I think the other one I have of this, I paid $6 for it, and it didn't even have the lid, and I got this one for $2. So definitely different booths, different places price them at different price points, but I am enjoying collecting these. I've actually probably have to move some things around in my hutch to be able to add these, because I'm running out of room on the shelf that I have them on. But I'm excited to keep adding to my little collection of these. This is this one, so that can, I have to play with it, but pop on there. I really like the color of this one. I have one that is similar to this color, but it's a little bit bigger. So, but what is crazy, so that was these two. This was 2, this was 5. And then I found this one, which is a bigger size. You can see in comparison. And this was only $2.99 or $3.99. I think it was $3.99. So this was like $1 cheaper than this one, and you can see the size difference. But like I said, different booths, different vendors. So I'm excited to pick that one up. I have one that's very similar to this as well, but I can display them different ways. Like I can put some with the top off and put something in them. I have some like old vintage or vintage inspired like silverware cooking utensils in one. I just have a dolly draped out of. One of them I have a greenery ball popped in there. So I'm excited to kind of revamp that space in my hutch. I kind of want to redo that whole shelf and see how I can add these and do different things with them. So I'm excited to pick those up. And then I only have a couple more things. So this particular place that I shop at, there is a new vendor, and I absolutely love their booth. I've been to it 3 times, and I picked up something each time I went. So the first time that I went, I got this little amber jar, and it was $4.50, but I love it. I love the little detail on the top, and this does come off. So I have several ideas of how I can style this, and I really like amber jars, amber cups. I have a whole little collection of those, so I'm excited to add this, and that was $4.50. And then the next time I went there, I have been looking for a candle snuffer for a long time. I wanted a brass one, but I didn't have an exact idea what I wanted it to look like. Well, I found one and I love it. So it is this, and it does have brass. I'm trying to get it to focus. It does have brass on this end, and it has a little bird, and I love that. But then this end is wooden. So I absolutely love all the detail in this, and this was only $5. So I thought that was a really good price. It's pretty heavy, so I'm excited to style it. I just love it. I was glad to find one. Like I said, I've been looking for one of these for a while. So I love the detail in that, and I thought it was a good price point for that. And then just the other day when I went back to that booth, and I actually saw these the first time I was there. Didn't pick them up, but they were still there when I went back, so I grabbed them. And they are this set of brass candle holders, but they're in like a floral print. And I love these. I think they're so cute. I have a couple of brass candle holders that are just like circular, but these are different than any that I have. But I thought, how pretty would these be displayed, close to these? You'd have like a whole little floral section going on. I think that would be perfect for the springtime, even leading up to summer. So excited to get those. Like I said, those were $8. So I think that is everything. But I hope that you enjoyed seeing all the items that I picked up. But I hope that you all have a very blessed week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, friends. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a large haul of items that I have found at the thrift store and antique stores recently. And then I'm also going to be styling some of these items at the end of the video. So I have a pretty decent haul to share with you. These are items that I've just collected probably over the last month. And I'm excited to share with you my ideas and also style some of these items with you. All right, the first thing that I want to share with you are some doilies. I'm always on the hunt for these whenever I'm out thrifting, and I always pick them up, especially whenever they are a good deal. And this one is a little bit more like of a thinner material than some of the other ones that I have, but I love the floral detail in the middle of it. This was $3. And it's a pretty nice size, so I have a couple of different areas that I want to add some doilies to. So I'll be adding this to one of those. And then the next doilies I got was actually a pack of two, set of two, and this was $2.75. And you can see that it is smaller than this one, but I actually like the color of this one better. It just looks more like vintagey to me, antique-y, and I love the pattern on this. I think they're about the same size. This one might be a little bit longer, so we'll be adding those to different areas as well, but the pack of that was $2.75. Another thing that I have been looking for a lot lately are floral things. You've seen me thrift a lot of different floral candle holders, floral brass candle holders. I've been decorating them up here on my mantle, but I found this one recently, and it is this gold. I think it's a candle holder. That's how I'm going to use it, and it has these pretty leaves on there, and then that's how it looks on the bottom. And this was only $3, but I think it will just go perfectly with my little floral theme that I have going on my mantle, so I can't wait to style that. And I thought for $3 for a brass floral thing like that was a good deal. All right, these next couple of things I'm so excited about. They are items that I have been looking for a long time. And the first is this wood butter mold. I love it. This doesn't move, but you can see the design in there. It's like a floral design. I love this. When I tell you I've been looking for one of these for a long time, it's been a long time. This was $10 at my local thrift antique store, and I just love it so much. I love all the detail on there, and I know where I want to put this. I'm so excited to style it. So I thought $10 was a good price for that. And I've mentioned, or I think I've mentioned on here before, that I have been looking for butter pats for so long. And I finally found some. So I found this set of 3, and they have different birds on there, and they are outlined in gold on these 2, but I got this whole set for $6. It was $6 for the 3 of them, and there is a little stamp on the bottom of that one, and the same stamp on that one. And then this one doesn't have a stamp on it. But I love these so much. I even think it would be cute with this little butter mold on top or something like that. I have some ideas of ways I want to style this. So I got the pack of 3 of those for $6. And then a couple of weeks later, I found another set. And let's see if this one is stamped. I don't know if these are true vintage or if they're just vintage inspired, but they have the pretty floral details on there. And it was $6 for the set of 2 of these. I found these at a booth, one of my new favorite booths at my local thrift store, which I'm planning to share a whole video of the different things that that booth carries and what I picked up from there and styled in my home. So be looking for that in upcoming weeks. But I love this. And these look a little bit different. They're more of like a bowl shape. And these are more flat. But I'm so excited to finally have some butter pats. I have been looking for so long for some. So excited to pick those up. All right, these next 2 things, I'm always looking for things like this. But I found this old wooden spoon. And it was only 50 cents. So I'm planning to add it in my hutch with my other like old utensils that I have in there. So 50 cents for that. Okay, this next thing I think is so cute. I've never seen anything like this, but it said it was a wooden pie crimp. And I think that it was used to like crimp the side of, or like the edge of the pie once it was baked. Correct me if I'm wrong, but look how cute this is. I love it. I don't have anything like this. I thought it was so cute. My eye was drawn to it immediately whenever I was shopping. And it was $3, and then this booth was having a 25% off sale. So not much at all, but I love it so much. I'm so excited to style this. I just think it's adorable and very unique and different than anything else that I have. All right, this next little thing is just a galvanized measuring cup. But I thought it was so cute. It is like dented and has little, you know, little character to it. But I love that. This was $3. I love that. I do have several galvanized things in my hutch. So I'm planning to add this to that area. So I picked that up. And then I also picked up this set of books, but they are wooden books. They don't open, but they're just wooden books stacked on top of each other. There's 3 of them. I love it so much. I think these are so cute, and I love that they are wooden, and they're like, you know, smaller than some of the other, like I have some old books right here that I have styled, but these are smaller, but I think they'll still make a cute statement. And it was only $1.50 for the set of these. So I really like these. I'm excited to find a place to put them. I think this red one would be really pretty at Christmas time. And I love to use old books just as risers and just for everyday decor. All right, these next 2 things are like brass buckets. I have 2 of them, and I only paid $1 a piece for these. I got these from that booth that I was just telling you that I'm going to be sharing soon. But these were in their like last chance $5 and under booth, or a little box that they have. And it is this pretty brass container. I love the detail on it. So this one was $1. And then I also got this one for $1. I was holding them up and trying to decide which one I wanted to get, and I decided for $1 I was going to go ahead and get both of them. I will find somewhere to use them. My plan is to, this isn't thrifted, but I just brought it here to give you an example, to pop like a little greenery plant down in there. I think that would be really cute. I may even save these and use them for when I decorate in my bedroom, because you know I'm working on that. Could even put it in that, would be cute. So that's kind of my plan for that, but I probably won't be decorating with those today. I was excited to pick those up for $1 and wanted to go ahead and share them as well. All right, I have 2 items left, and I love both of them so much. They may be my favorite, but this first, and these both came from that booth as well. The first is this. It's a brown transferware ironstone dish. Isn't that so pretty? I love the floral detail on there, and it has a design on this side as well. I don't have anything like this, but I've been looking for some brown transferware because I thought it would just mingle in well with my decor. You could even pop some greenery or florals down in there. I think that would be really pretty. You could change it out for the different seasons. I have an idea of where I want this to go, so I'm excited to style it. This was $8. And then the last thing I got, and I picked up one of these recently, but this is like what I was really looking for when I got the other one. I love my other one, but I'm super in love with this. So I got this copper teapot, and it has a wooden handle, and I love it. I think this would even be cute with some like a greenery plant pop down in it, but I am so excited to decorate it. I love all the little rust detail at the top of it. Isn't that so pretty? So this is really what I was looking for when I bought my other one that had like the blue and white handle, which I still love it and is already styled over there in my coffee area. But I am so excited to style this one. I know where I want it to go, so I'm hoping that it works out where I want it to go. This was $8 as well. So I really love that booth, like I said, where several of these items came from, and I'm going to be sharing that booth with you soon. But now I'm ready to style these items. I have been planning in my mind where I want to put some of them, so I'm excited to sit those out and get them styled. The first thing that I'm going to style is this new brass floral candle holder, and I decided to put it up here on my mantle. I kind of have a floral theme going on up here right now, and I thought it just really complemented and balanced out the floral candle holders that I had on the other side of my mantle. I may add a candle to the top of it later as well. Now we're moving to my hutch, and this is where the majority of the other things are going to go that I thrifted. I'm putting one of my new little dollies right here, and I'm going to style some things on top of it. I think a dolly just really warms up a space, and I really like to decorate with them when I can. To the top of this dolly, I am just adding these 2 butter pats, and I'm also going to add my galvanized measuring cup back on here. And then this little brass bell, I thrifted it a couple of weeks ago. I included it with my Easter decor, but I really love how all of this looks. I'm so happy to have some butter pats now, and I really like the way that this little cup looks styled in them. I had to play around with these for a little bit, but this is where I put my new little wooden spoon and my pie crimp. I put it in this little cream cup that I have some other things styled in. It took me a minute to get them to stand up and lay like I wanted them to, but I really like how this turned out, and I love my little pie crimp. Like I said, I think it's different than anything else that I have in my hutch. Now we're going to this side of my hutch, and this is where I decided to put the set of 3 butter pats, and I decided to put the little butter mold on top of there. I just really liked how that looked, and I felt like it just fit on there perfectly. I absolutely love this little setup and this little shelf. So glad I found these items. And then now we are going to style the rest of them, and I'm going to put them on top of my hutch. Up here I do already have a lot of items that are thrifted, but this is where I decided to put my little set of wooden books, and that is another one of my new dollies. And then I put my little brown transferware ironstone piece on top of that, and just sat it in front of these candle holders that I have up here. I did put my little copper teapot right here beside it, and I think it just gave this area a little something else that it needed. You know me, I don't like to have empty spaces, and I knew I wanted to find something to put up here. And I really think that the brown ironstone transferware just really complements this thrifted crock that I have these rolling pins in up here. The last thing I'm going to do is add this new bigger dolly over here to my coffee bar. I just think it kind of softens up this space, and I just put it underneath my little mug tree that houses my Ray Dunn coffee cups, and I really like how it looks. That is going to be the end of today's video. I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the very next one. Bye, friends. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a pretty large thrift and antique haul with you all. I have been collecting these items probably over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I like to do that. I just like to go out and shop and then get a collective haul and then share it in a video. So I'm not going to be decorating with these items today because I felt this video is already going to be kind of lengthy because, like I said, I do have a pretty big haul to share. And then at the end, I'm going to share with you just a few items that I picked up from Hobby Lobby and Big Lots. So let's go ahead and jump into this haul. Okay, the first 2 items I shared with you recently whenever I took you shopping at the Vintage Peddler, and I picked up 2 items while I was there. But in case you missed that video, I wanted to go ahead and include it in this haul as well because I haven't decorated with these items yet. But I picked up this vintage creamer, and it has like a silver rim around it. I just think it's so cute, and I love the little ribbed detail on there. And this was $5, so I have a couple of ideas of ways I can style this, but I decorate with several like galvanized items, and so I thought that the silver in this would complement those. So I picked that up for $5, and then I also picked up this book from there when I was shopping, and this was $2. So this is an old Webster's Dictionary, and as you can see, it is very, very old and worn, but I love it. It's kind of like a reddish brown color, and I just love the way that these pages look. I think these are great to like serve as risers and display things on top of there. I have several ideas of where I want to style this, so I wanted to include it as well. And this was only $2. I thought that was a good price. I've definitely seen old books go for a lot more than that. Okay, next we have this little item, and we have an antique store that's just a couple minutes from where I live, and I do go in there every once in a while just to see if they have anything new. And I ran in there the other day and only got one thing from there, and I got this washboard. It says National Linen Service established 1919 on the back right here, and then it has the National Linen Service sign or symbol right there on the front, and then this is galvanized. So I'm planning to group this in my laundry room with my other washboards, and this was $3.75, so I thought that was a good deal, and it's in pretty good shape, so I'm excited to style that, and that was what I picked up from there the other day. Okay, these next few items I picked up whenever we were down at the beach a few weeks ago. We went to a few antique stores down there, and their prices are definitely a lot more than the antique stores in my area. So I only picked up a few things, but I found some things that I really, really liked, and I wanted to share those with you. So I picked up this oil and vinegar set, and it has the little cork top on there. There's just a stamp on the bottom that says Japan. And it was $10 for the set of these, but I thought that the top of these, and they're ceramic, but I thought that the top of these would really match all my Crocs and things. And then, you know, I love anything with this green color, greenery, I like to mix all of that in. So I just thought these would be really cute. And if I didn't want to show the word, could always turn it around the other way, but I think it's cute, and I would like to find a place for these in my hutch if I can. And it just kind of looks like it's sitting in a little basket, but I thought those were really cute, and it was $10 for the set. And then at that same antique store that I got those, I also picked up these 2 gold small spoons, and they were $2. So I got both of these for $2. They were $1 each. And you can see the detail on there. They are pretty small, but I thought these would be really cute, stuck in like a little creamer or something that I have in my hutch, just bring in some of that gold element. So I picked those up. And then the only thing I got from the other antique store that we went to, and I would have loved to have spent more time there, but Rowdy was just done shopping by that point. So I had to go through there pretty quickly. But the only thing I picked up from there was this bobbin. And I think these are, you know, really fun to use as risers. You could even use it as a candle stick, or put a candlestick in here, use it as a candle holder if you wanted to. Several different ideas for this. I have an idea where I want to put this, but it kind of has like that rubbed bronzy looking color, and then that one kind of looks gray. It's coming off a little bit different shade on camera, but this was $6, so I'm excited to decorate with these. I have a few other large bobbins, spools, but I don't have one this size, and I just thought it was a unique shape. So this was $6, and that's all I got from the antique stores we went to when we were at the beach. Most of these items came from the Emporium. I have shared them many times on my channel, and so the last little bit of things I have are from there, except for 2 items. I ordered these 2 from different places, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But the first is this butter mold, and I love it. It has like a little pineapple. See if you can get it to focus on there. The lighting in here is kind of weird, but it is a little pineapple, but I love it. I love the color of this, like this brown color. I think it would be really cute. Popped on top of some butter pats. So I'm really excited to find a place to put this. And I ordered this from a girl I follow on Instagram. Her page is called Rusty Ridge Vintage, I think. I'll pop the name of it right here on the screen, and I'll also have a link to her Instagram down below in case you want to go check her out. But I'll have to look at my little cheat sheet right here. This was $21, so I think it was like 15 or 16 plus shipping. But I've seen these go for a lot more than that, so I thought that was a good price, and I'm excited to style this. But make sure you check out her page link down below. She runs different sales and things throughout the week, so make sure you go check her out. Okay, these next few items I ordered off of Mercari. I've shared on here before that I've ordered things from there before. I sell things on there, and then I like to use my balance to purchase things that I want, and I'm so excited about these. I finally found some plain white butter pats. So this is them, and they're 4 different ones. Some are stamped, some aren't. I don't know if they're all truly vintage. I think some of them might be, but I absolutely love these. I love how they are, or how they look stacked together. And let's see, I paid $39 for these. That was for the, I think the set was about 30 or 31, and then I had to pay shipping. But I have seen these go for a lot more than that as well, and so I'm so excited about these. I have shared that I've gotten a few butter pats already, but they had like a pattern or design on there. I've really been looking for some plain white ones, so I'm so excited to find these and can't wait to style them in my hutch. Okay, so these last few items are all from the Emporium. And I did get 2 things from the Vintage Peddler when I went the other day. I know I've already shared the video of shopping and things I've gotten from there, but I bought these after I filmed and posted that video. So I got this basket, and in just a minute when I show you something else that I have, I will tell you my idea for this. But I got this basket. I love baskets. I have a variety of different ones in my home. Some are just kind of flat, some have handles, some are bigger like this. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted. Mom duty called. So what I was saying was I got this basket from the Vintage Peddler, and this looks different than any other basket that I have, but I really love the handle on this. It's a pretty good size, and I only paid $6 for this. So I thought that was a good price. It is in pretty good shape. I mean, you can tell that it's old and worn with some of these, but I love that. I just think it gives it, you know, character and charm. So I'm excited to share with you what I want to do with that. And then I have one more thing that I picked up from the Vintage Peddler the day I got the basket. And it is this brown pottery bowl. I have become obsessed with these. I have them in several different sizes. I have a big one, a very little one, and then I thought this would be the perfect like middle-sized one. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this yet, but I couldn't leave it behind when I found it. It's one of those things like a crock. I have to pick it up when I see it for a good price. So this was $5, and I'm excited to find somewhere to put this. So I got that from the Vintage Peddler the other day, and then these last few things I got from the Emporium. I don't know if it was the same day I got those, but it was probably in the same week. So the first thing is this potato chips home style little tin. And it says it is from the Pioneer Woman collection. So it probably, you know, came from Walmart originally, but I only paid $3 for this. And the reason I got it was because I was thinking ahead to summer decor, 4th of July. I thought that this pattern, you know, looked very summery, and I decorate with a lot of red, white, and blue things for the summertime. So I'm excited to find a place for this. Like I said, I won't be decorating with it anytime soon, but whenever I pull out all of my patriotic decor, I think this would be really cute with like some greenery popped in there coming out. So I have a few ideas for this, but picked it up with the thought for my patriotic decor. So $3 for that. And then I also picked these up with the upcoming summer patriotic decor in mind. I got this set of I think they're like Jello molds. There's like probably 10, but these were $3 for this set. And I love how worn they look, but I just thought that would be really cute too. I'll probably leave them together, but I thought that'd be really cute to display, like either on my tiered tray or something like that for when I decorate with my 4th of July red, white, and blue decor. So pick those up with that in mind for $3. And then I also got these, the little stickers said butter bowls, dipping bowls. They're obviously not just like these, they are bigger, but I got this set and they're more of like a tannish, kind of has a little bit of a yellow tint to it, but I love these. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were regularly $5, and then this whole booth was 50% off. So I got all of these for $2.50. It says on the bottom, Inkaware. It does have a stamp on there. So I'm excited to find a place for these. Like I said, I know they're not that stark white, but I think these are really cute. It would even be cute, I don't know if I'd use something like that, stark white on top of it. But, you know, just to sit something on top of it, to give something a little height, I think would be really cute. I even have some little Crocs that I think I could stack on here. But for $2.50, I thought that was a really good price. So picked that up. And some of them do have some, like, imperfections on it. But, you know, I love that. So the last thing that I got from the Emporium was this. And it was a black stone pitcher. Again, going back to Pottery. It's hard for me to leave it behind when I find it. That's what the bottom of it looks like. But isn't that so cute? And I even thought, like, it might be cute stacked on top of there. It might be a little bit big for that, but just to give you an idea. But I have been collecting a lot of brown pottery like that bowl, and this one was black. So I thought that it would flow really well with all of my Ray Dunn things that I have in my hutch. And I just really, really like it. So cute. So that was $6.95. So I only have a few other things. The things I got from Hobby Lobby and Big Lots, and then one thing that I ordered from a family member. She was selling it on Facebook, and so as soon as I saw it, I commented immediately and got it. I've been looking for one of these for so long, but I forgot I have one other piece from the Emporium I want to share with you. It's pretty big, so let me move the camera and go take it over there and show you. I'm so excited to decorate with this piece. It won't be anytime soon. My plan is to put this in my bedroom. So let me turn the camera around and show you what I got. I got this really old stool for $25. I absolutely love it. I love all the detail on it. The top of it is like a woven kind of thing. It's definitely, you know, coming apart, and I wouldn't use this for anyone to actually sit on it, but my plan is to put it in my bedroom. I have an idea of exactly where I want this to go, and I got this for $25. I was so excited to find it. It was regularly $30, and then it had been marked down to $25. I picked this up a few weeks ago, and I've just been holding on to it to share it in this video, and I'm so ready to style that part of my bedroom. I promise I am really working on that video, trying to get it all together, and hopefully I can share it this summer. But this will definitely be in that video, and I can't wait. So I love this. I've been looking for something for that area, and I think this is going to be perfect. So $25 for this. Okay, so before we get into the last few items from Hobby Lobby and Big Lots, let me show you this that I got from a family member. She's selling it on Facebook. I have been looking for an old scale for so long. Like, I can't even tell you how long I've been looking for this. So when she posted this, I immediately, I mean, it has to be cleaned up. I think it was like in her storage building, but I immediately commented and said, I want it. $5. $5. I was so excited. This is very heavy, and it does still work. It's like in ounces. But my plan, hold on, let me sit this down for a second. My plan, and the reason I bought this, just kind of give you a little bit of a idea of what I'm wanting to do. I want to sit this on there, and I want this to go above my, or on top of my cabinets in my kitchen. I have a space up there, and I'm planning to put some more things like in this basket falling out of it, but I love that. So that's my plan for that, and I'll be styling that in an upcoming video soon. That will probably be one of my videos this summer that I'm going to share. Okay, we're almost done. I just have the items from Hobby Lobby and Big Lots, and I only got one thing from Big Lots, but I got this ivy plant. It looked pretty realistic to me, and ivy is not usually a greenery that I am drawn towards to decorate with, but my plan is to put it in that basket that I want to put on top of my scale. And this looked a lot like the piece from Target that I saw a lot of people share, and the one from Target was like $25 or $30, and I got this for $9.99 at Big Lots. I don't love the vase part of it, but like I said, I'm planning for it to be in the basket anyways, and just kind of have the ivy draping out of it. So I'm so excited to style this, and I thought for $9.99 that was a really good price, especially compared to other plants like that, or faux plants like that I've seen for different price points. And then I only picked up a few things from Hobby Lobby. A couple of these are for my bedroom, and then one I want to put in something I have in my kitchen. So I picked up this floral pick for $4.99. I don't think their floral was on sale, but it's kind of like this, is it called an asparagus fern? I think, something like that. I don't think it says on here, but I have a couple of these, and I like it. They look pretty realistic, you know, for faux greenery. So I know where I want this to go. So I went ahead and picked that up. I had just not been to a Hobby Lobby in a while. And I didn't have an extra one like this on hand. I have several pieces of greenery picks, but this was the one that I wanted. So I had to wait till I went to pick that up. So that was $4.99. And then I also got this. It was $12.99. But again, their floral wasn't on sale the day that I went, but I don't live near Hobby Lobby. So if it's something that I really want for a specific reason, sometimes I have to get it even though it's full price. I hate to do that, but sometimes you just have to. But I have a plan for this to go in something that I already have. I just love the wispiness of these flowers. I've seen lots of people share these before, and I love it. I think this will be perfect for the spring and summer seasons. I'm excited to put this where I want it to go. So that was $12.99. And then I only got two more things, and these are for my bedroom as well. I wanted to get a few new pieces of decor to go in there, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money. But when I saw these, I was like, oh, that's so pretty, and kind of what I was looking for. And they were on the clearance aisle, so that's always fun. This was regularly $9.99, and it was reduced on clearance to $2.49. And it was on a little end cap that they had. So I picked up this. I don't tend to be drawn to things like this, but it just caught my eye and I have ideas for it. So I got that one. And then I also got this one. It's a little bit bigger. It was regularly $15.99. It was reduced to $3.99. So I'm planning to group these together whenever I decorate for my bedroom. I don't know that I'll put anything in it, but just to give you an idea, I could, you know, pop some, that's really cute actually, like pop some greenery down in one of them and display them together. So have some ideas for these, but I just thought those were really pretty, and for $4 and $2.50, definitely decided to go ahead and pick those up. But that is my haul. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I love seeing people's hauls, and I know that sometimes with my haul videos I will show you the item and decorate with it, but I knew I had a pretty good amount to share and I didn't want this video to get too long, so I am going to be decorating in a separate video. It won't be my next video. I already have a few videos that have to go up, and so I've already uploaded them, but it will be coming out in the next week or two. We're going to be decorating with most of these items. And the ones that we aren't decorating with in that video, I'm planning to get out this summer anyways. So it will be decorated with soon. But I would appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, and leave me a comment down below and let me know your favorite item that I shared. I have a couple of favorites. I don't think I can pick one. I'm really excited about the white butter pats that I got, but I have a, you know, I love all of it, obviously, or I wouldn't have bought it. I've really tried to, be more intentional about things that I buy. I know I have a lot of stuff, and I will always have a lot of stuff. I am a maximalist when it comes to my decor. I know that's not everybody's style and everybody's taste, and that's fine. That is why God gave us each our own homes to decorate with how we love to. But I definitely am a maximalist, but I've really tried to be more intentional about things that I buy. Like whenever, all these things that I've bought, I know where I want them to go. So I try not to buy things unless I have a place in mind. And I may have to move some things around, change some things out, and that's always fun, just kind of refresh your decor. But I'm excited to decorate with these, and I really hope that if you're new, you'll consider subscribing. I have lots of fun video ideas coming out this summer. We have lots of more time, I feel like, this summer to decorate and plan for videos, so I'm really looking forward to that. But I will be decorating with my summer decor probably the middle of June. I decorate with red, white, and blue to celebrate the 4th of July, and that's the colors and the decor that I choose to pull into my home for the summertime. So I have lots of videos planned around that topic. I want to share with you some things that I've thrifted over the years for my red, white, and blue decor. Maybe even take you thrifting for some decor, as well as shopping at other stores like Hobby Lobby. When I was in Big Lots the other day, I saw they'd already put out some red, white, and blue things that were really neat. So definitely planning to take you shopping for those items and sharing with you all the hauls and decorating for the summer season. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss all of that. And I will see you all in the very next video. Bye, friends.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Hi friends, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. Today we are going to be decorating with the new items that I have thrifted and bought lately. I shared these items in a haul video a couple of videos back, and today we are going to be decorating with several of these items. I'm just going to give you a little overview. I have them laid out here on my kitchen table of the items that I'm going to be decorating with today. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
The majority of these items are going to go in my hutch, so that's where we're going to start today. And I'm going to begin by placing these new butter pats that I got. They are plain white. I've been looking for these for a while, and I'm just going to place them right here beside these other butter pats that I have on my top shelf.
Bonnie and Clyde, A classic cliche, we're on the run. This is what we waited for. Oh yeah. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out.
On top of these, I'm going to be placing my butter mold. I thought it complemented the biscuit mold that I had on the other set of butter pats, and I just love how all this flows together. Now I'm going to place my 2 new gold spoons on the bottom of my hutch, on this bottom shelf, and I played around with them and put them in a few different places. I really wanted to put them in this little creamer, but they were just too short. You couldn't really see them. So I just played around with it and decided to lay them in front of it, and I actually really like how it turned out. I decided to place my new oil and vinegar bottles on the top shelf in the middle part of my hutch. I have these 3 redone little planters with some greenery in there and some brass candlesticks behind them. And so I think just adding these brought in all those colors together and also brought in a little bit more of that green color.
We played hide and seek for hours, raced our shadows among the vines.
I knew I wanted to add some things right here in this middle section of my hutch, so I decided to move my cake stand that held my Home Sweet Home bowls over. It was in the middle of this tray, but I slid it over, and then I also added my new little butter pat bowls and my new pottery bowl right here in this corner. So I'm just going to put this greenery piece right on top of the bowl. I think it fits really well. I've had this for a while, picked it up from Hobby Lobby.
No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies.
To tie this section together, I am going to go ahead and add my new white creamer that has the silver rim. I think it just ties all the galvanized items that I have in this area together, and I really like how this space turned out. I knew I wanted to add my new bobbin over here close to this little spool that I already have displayed in my creamer, and so I'm just going to move this little sugar out for a minute and pop it right behind there and then put the little sugar back. I think it just complements, like I said, the little spool that I have in my creamer, and I really like how this looks. I absolutely love this shelf in my hutch. It may be one of my favorites. I just love how all of the items that I have on here flow together and complement each other. Moving to the top of my hutch, I picked up this brown ironstone transferware recently, and this is where I'm going to put my new little fern greenery piece that I got from Hobby Lobby. I knew that I wanted to put something up here just to make this pop a little bit more.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken.
I have one more thing that I want to add to the top of my hutch, and I'm going to put it right here in front of this plate that says Grace. I'm going to add my new little black Pottery creamer pitcher, and I love this. I do have to work with it a little bit so it can have room, but I just scooted the little plate over, and I'm gonna nestle it right here between the plate and the boxed greenery. I love how it looks, and I feel like it just brings some more of that black color, but also like the natural color that's on the bottom of it, and just kind of ties all this together.
But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah,
I absolutely love the top of my hutch. I feel like I have had it a few different ways throughout the years, having some of the same pieces, just, bringing in different elements. But how it is now is absolutely my favorite. I love all of the different elements and colors and textures and things that I have up here. And I think that my two new pieces are just the perfect addition.
need nothing else for the rest of our time. And I know it so well. I will always be by your side.
Now I'm going to be styling this new dictionary. It's actually an old dictionary, but new to me. I love the worn look of these pages and just the overall look of this book. I think it's really pretty. I love to decorate with books, use them as risers. So I'm just going to place it under this basket and greenery that I have on my stool beside my hutch. And I really like how it turned out too.
The pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free. Oh, my sweet baby.
The last thing that I'm going to do today is add my new washboard in my laundry room. I knew I was going to have to move this little iron over, but that's fine. I like how it looks in front of these items as well. And then I'm just going to add my new washboard in front of these collection that I already have. All of these washboards I have thrifted, or they've come from the antique stores over the years, and I'm excited to add my new little addition right here in front of them.
When I was at my worst, it's grace that you extended that I did not deserve. I am so amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God. I'm amazed at the depth of your love.
I absolutely love this shelf in my laundry room. It is one of my favorite areas, but I think it's just really cute, and I think that washboard was the perfect little addition to this space.
I'm overwhelmed and grateful. You took what I deserve.
Alright friends, so that's going to be the end of today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed coming along and decorating with me with my new thrifted items. If you enjoyed today's video, I would appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and tell me what was your favorite space that I decorated today. I'll see you in the very next one. Make sure you're subscribed. Bye.
So amazed by all you have done. I cannot explain the depth of your love. Limits can't contain the heart of you, God.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. Today I'm going to be sharing my thrifted home, kind of the start of a two-part little series. I'm going to be sharing my thrifted home, and today I'm going to be taking you through my living room, and I'm going to be sharing with you everything I have in my living room that I have thrifted over the years. And it's amazing whenever I was working on this video and I was going around my living room finding things that I have thrifted. I have so many things that I've thrifted over the years, and I can't wait to share them with you. You've probably seen me decorate with a lot of them, but in case you've missed any of those videos, I'm just going to take you around and share with you my thrifted items in my living room. I would really appreciate a big thumbs up if you're excited about today's video. And let's go ahead and get into all these thrifted goodies. We're going to start right here at this bench. This is one of my favorite pieces in my home. I thrifted this years ago. I got it for $75, and I love the chippiness of it. I've never tried to touch up any of the paint. This is exactly how we bought it, and it actually sat on our back porch at our other home before we built our house for probably 2 years. So it weathered outside and it was fine, and now I've moved it inside and I have it styled right here in my living room. I love that it is sturdy and it can be used to sit on if needed. That's one of my favorite things about it, and I absolutely love this bench. Sitting on this bench, I have this basket that was also thrifted. I haven't had this too long, but I got it for a really good deal. I think I paid like $2 or $3 for this. I used to have it on my hearth, but when I did some rearranging, I knew I still wanted to display it, so I have it right here on my bench, and I absolutely love how it looks. Now we're going to move to my fireplace and my fireplace hearth. I have several things over here thrifted that I'm using to decorate for this spring and upcoming summer season. So I'm excited to share those with you in case you missed any of my decorating videos. But the first is this basket, and I recently shared a video on how I decorate with baskets throughout my home, and a lot of my baskets are thrifted. This one's no exception. And I have a dolly that is thrifted, as well as some farmhouse bees that are thrifted in this basket. All of them were a very good price. And then behind it, I have displayed this piece that I got from a thrift flea market store for $25, and I have one on the other side of my hearth that matches it, and I love how it pulls this whole space together. You can see right here, this is the other side of my hearth where I have that other piece like the one I just shared with you. And then one of my absolute favorite pieces in all of my home is this little stool. I got it at that same antique flea market for $17.50. I absolutely love this. Think it's the perfect addition to my hearth. On top of it, I have styled some thrifted books and a thrifted dolly. I love how all of this ties together. I love the old look of these books, and I just think that this space came together so well. It is one of my favorite parts of my home. I'm so glad that I decided to decorate my hearth and really love all of these pieces. Now we're going to take a look at the items that I have displayed on my mantle. And almost all the items that I have up here for this season are thrifted. Starting on the corner right here, I have this box that I got for $5 around Easter time, and I absolutely love it. And then inside there, I have this candle holder that I got years ago from the thrift store. Whenever I first started thrifting, I found this very soon after I first started, and I just paid a few dollars for it, but I love how it has a little bit of glam and a little bit of farmhouse. And then also this gold flower candle holder was thrifted as well. I picked that up recently for $2. One of my favorite pieces that I've ever found at our local thrift antique flea market store is this dough bowl. I paid $40 for this dough bowl, but I think it is the perfect size and the perfect addition to my mantle. I've used it before as a centerpiece, but right now I just have it as my mantle kind of focal point. And I have these thrifted brass candle holders in here as well. I have 3 of them. They're all about the same size, and I just have a pitberry ring around them and some greenery in here. But I think it's just such a subtle, simple statement, but it really does make a difference, and I love it so much on my mantle. floral pieces were definitely the look I was going for during the springtime, and all of these items were new this year and they all came from the Thrift antique store. Starting with this box right here with this beautiful floral detail on there, and I just have it open and turned to the side, and then they're displaying these floral copper candle holders. I love these so much. And then also my tulip candle holders, I love these. They are one of my favorite things that I've thrifted lately, and I have them displayed right here on this side of my mantle, and I just think it complements everything, pulls it all together, and I am so excited to say that almost all of this was thrifted. Now going to the other side of my living room, this is where I have a few other items displayed. And I first want to talk about this window that I have on my wall. We thrifted this years ago. Again, whenever I first started thrifting, I knew that I wanted to find a window that I could use to put pictures in them, or in it, like a big picture frame. But I didn't want to have several picture frames on my wall. So I saw this idea on Pinterest, I believe it was, and I was on the lookout for it, and I found this for an amazing price, and I love it so much. I feel like it makes such a statement on this wall without having multiple pieces of decor, and I love it. It has traveled with us in all 3 homes that we've lived in since we've been married, and I just have a sweet home sign above it. On my bench, I have a few pieces of decor, but the only thing that's thrifted in this area is this little dolly. I love the shape of this, and I also love the size of it. It is smaller than a lot of the other dollies that I have, and I feel like sometimes those are hard to find, but I really love it, and I just have it displayed on this set of book boxes from Hobby Lobby. On my blanket ladder, I have this thrifted basket on here, and I've just attached it using a piece of twine. But I looked at this basket at our local thrift store for months before I finally bought it. It was $8, but I love the shape of it. It's different than any other hanging basket that I have, and I was so excited to pick it up at the thrift store. The last place that we're going to look at in my living room is this piece of furniture. This used to be our TV stand in our old home, but I knew that I wanted to keep it when we moved into this home and just use it for decor, and have a few thrifted items styled on here as well. The first is this set of candlesticks, our candle holders. They were one of the first things that I thrifted as well. I got the set of these for $13, but they are really heavy, and they're like wrought iron, and then the middle of them have a wooden detail. I have one on either side of this piece of furniture, and I love them so much. I also thrifted this set of copper brass candle holders. There are 3 different sizes and heights, and I love them. I paid $6 for the set of these. And now we're going to look at the 3 shelves that I have on this furniture piece. Starting at the top, I thrifted this gold brass candle holder. I love this one. It is very, very large, and I paid like $4 or $5 for it. I thought that was an amazing deal on something this big. And then over here, I have a mini one. This one's smaller than the one I have in that dough bowl on my mantle, but I love this one, and I paid $1 for this. But I thought that these looked really cute together with the bigger one and then this little mini one displayed up here. And then now going to the second shelf, both of these gray vine balls were thrifted. I got them like 3 years apart. One I paid 50 cents for, and then the other was $1.25, I believe. They're 2 different sizes, but I found them at the same thrift store, just years apart. This is probably one of my most exciting finds that I've ever found, is this galvanized gray metal candle holder, and it came from Pottery Barn. I'm going to show you right here. You can still see the stamp on the bottom. Whenever I found it, I was so excited. Didn't know it came from Pottery Barn. I paid $4 for it, and then when I got home, I saw that it came from there, so it made me even more excited. It just goes to show you that you never know what you're going to find while you're thrifting. I only have one thrifted item on this bottom shelf, and it is this plate or pot warmer. I love the wicker feel of it, and I got this for only 50 cents and just have it displayed down here to give it some more texture and warmth on this bottom shelf. But that is how the items that I have thrifted on this furniture piece in the back of my living room. Alright friends, so that's going to be the end of today's video. I really so hope that you enjoyed this, and I am going to have another video on another area of my home, of my thrifted home little series, and I'm going to be showing you the items that I have thrifted in that room. That's going to be my next video, so definitely make sure you're subscribed if you're new. I'd love it if you'd leave me a comment down below if you are new and introduce yourself. I'd love to meet you, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a blessed week, and I'll see you in the very next one, friends. Bye. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Gridiron and Grace. Today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my kitchen and my dining room and sharing with you what I have thrifted in my home in these spaces. I shared in my last video when I took you through my living room that I was going to have a kind of like short series of videos, my thrifted home, and today we're going to be checking out what I've thrifted in my kitchen and dining room. So come along, give me a thumbs up if you're excited. I've shared my kitchen cabinet decor with you all before, and also different ways I've styled items up here, but today we're just going to focus on those items that are thrifted. First, you see this cotton bunch that I have in this little basket. I thrifted this whole thing for $10. It came just like that with the cotton in there, and I think that's just the perfect farmhouse element. And then looking at these baskets over here, this large basket up against the wall is one of my favorite tobacco baskets that I've ever found. I found that for $25 and knew that I was going to snatch it up. The white basket in the front was also thrifted for like $3, and then the wicker basket tray that's holding the wheat is thrifted as well. I love how all of these look paired together, and I love the top of my kitchen cabinets. They're one of my favorite spots in my kitchen and throughout my dining room that I have decorated. At my coffee bar area, I've added this little dolly under my collection of Raydon coffee mugs. I thrifted this for very inexpensive, and I think it just brings a lot of warmth to this space, and I love that I decided to put that there. Now we're going to look in this cabinet that I have under my coffee bar area, and a majority of this, especially on this top shelf, is thrifted. I absolutely love how this cabinet's turned out. I feel like I've just added little pieces here and there, and I now have it how I love it. So I'm just going to bring you up close to each item and tell you which ones are thrifted, starting with this copper tea kettle and the dolly that it is sitting on. I thrifted both of these. I think the copper kettle was $8, and then the dolly was just a few dollars. This Hershey's cocoa tin I thrifted for about $6. I absolutely love it. It's different than really anything that I have, but when I saw it, it was just one of those things I was drawn to. I knew it had to come home with me. This bowl that it is sitting on is thrifted as well. Now we're going to go to the bottom of this little drawer piece. The drawer is actually thrifted as well. I got it for $5. It's an antique drawer. I absolutely love it. I had been on the hunt for one of those for a while, but I have this little pottery piece with this cork top in it, this little brown pottery bowl, and then also this glass insulator. All these items were thrifted, and all of them only cost a few dollars each. I love this little mini whiskey jug or moonshine jug. It actually says moonshine on the other side, but I love it, and it says made in the US on the bottom of it, this little stamp right here. But I had been looking for one of these for a long time, and I found this for $4 or $5, so definitely snatched that up. The little dolly is sitting on is thrifted as well, and this twin set of copper candle holders were thrifted. I got the set of those for $4, and then this amber glass jar was thrifted for $5. I have another little copper candle holder back here that I paid like $2 for, and then this little copper brass piece this in the very back was thrifted, and I paid $2 for it. I got this set of canisters for $5 or $6 from the thrift store. The only thing not thrifted over here is this little wheat picture. I got it from the Dollar General, and the riser that the canisters are sitting on I thrifted as well. So like 90% or more of this top shelf is thrifted, and I love it. Moving to the bottom shelf, not as many of these items are thrifted, but a lot of these were given to me. But I am going to share with you the things that are thrifted. Starting in this corner over here, this Pottery brown bowl. It's super heavy, and I love it so much. I got it for a steal of a deal for like $3. And this little box that it's sitting on, I thrifted it as well for $3. And this candle holder right here, I love it. I love the brass and the copper accents of it. I got it for like $4, I think. I thrifted this little galvanized bucket for $1. This amber glass candle holder I thrifted for $4 or $5. And this little dolly that are in these amber glass cups is my grandmother's. She gave it to me, and these cups actually belong to Kenny's grandmother. So those were both given to me. And then all the other items on this shelf, a lot of them came from dirt cheap. These two pieces right here in the front, this little canister and this little sugar jar. Also that vase over there to the side was from dirt cheap. The butter me dish was a gift. So like I said, a lot of these items were thrifted or gifted to me, or I paid not a lot of money for. I love going out, seeing what I can find at the thrift and antique stores and other stores that are definitely not as much as your chain stores. As much as I love places like that, it's always fun to see what I can find for a good deal. And now we're going to look at the area that I feel like is my pride and joy in my home, and that is my hutch in my kitchen. I feel like I've worked so hard over the last several years to fill this with items that I love, and I feel like I have finally reached that point. But I am going to start on the top and just share with you the few things that I have thrifted up here. First is this black stoneware pitcher that I got recently for $5. You probably saw me decorate with that soon if you're caught up on my videos. And then over here, these are also some newer items. I have this brown ironstone transferware little dish, and the dolly that's sitting on, as well as the wooden books under them. It's all thrifted. I got all of these pretty recently, if you're caught up, and I paid $8 for the ironstone piece and just a few dollars for the other. I got another copper tea pitcher for $8, and then my crock that I love over here in this corner, I paid $12 for it. I feel like that was such a steal, and I was so excited to find these. The 4 rolling pins that I have in here are all thrifted, and they were all $12 or less. A lot of them were around $5 or $6. And then this candlestick, I feel like, is what really one of the first things that brought out my love for thrifting and antiquing. I found this for $4, and I feel like it's another piece that's like a glam farmhouse piece. I got this for like I said, $4 years ago, and I credit it to my love for finding thrifted and antique items. The mirror that is leaned up against my wall right here, I got it at an antique flea market for $5. This new red book I recently thrifted for $2 and I just have it displayed beside my hutch. Now we're going to look inside my hutch and I'm going to take you to each shelf and share with you how I have it styled and also point out the items that I have thrifted. I will tell you that the majority of the items in my hutch that are not redone were thrifted. Starting on this top shelf, I do have a few utensils back here that belong to my husband's grandmother, and the rest of this is redone besides my little greenery and basket over here. But these two different sets of butter pats are thrifted, as well as the biscuit mold and butter mold on top of it. Well, the plain white butter pats I got from an Instagram shop, but they are vintage and antique, so I'm going to include them in this video. And then now we're going to look at my collection of Crocs. Every one of these Crocs are thrifted. I love these so much. And the little spool that I have one displayed on is thrifted. The fork is thrifted that is in this vase in the front, and the other items in here were a gift, and then one I picked up from a store in Tennessee. But all of my Crocs are thrifted and I absolutely love my little collection. Of all of these Crocs, I think the most I paid for one was $8, and a lot of them were like between $3 and $6. So definitely, if you like Crocs and vessels like this, check out your thrift stores and antique stores. I'm sure you can find some there as well. And then on this bottom shelf, the only things I have thrifted are this little dolly, these gold spoons, and then also these coasters that have wrought iron on the edges. I recently picked up the spoons and placed them here, and I think it completed this little section. Starting with the bottom shelf in the middle of my hutch, I have this thrifted candle snuffer that I absolutely love. I had been looking for one of these for a long time, and I love the detail of this one with the brass bird on the front of it. I paid $5 for this. Thought that was an excellent deal. And now looking at the second shelf, you just saw me recently decorate with some of these if you're caught up on my videos, but I have some butter bowls right here in the front with a measuring cup and a little brass bell, and then also this white pitcher and these butter bowls with my pottery bowl in them are thrifted as well. And then I've already showed you this candlestick before, but that one with the wood in the middle and the brass top, there's one on this side as well. They match. They were thrifted years ago, and I love incorporating them into my hutch. And then the top shelf, these brass candlesticks in the back are thrifted, as well as this oil and vinegar vessels. On this bottom shelf, I have a few thrifted items right here on this plate that belong to my husband's grandmother. I have this little brass bell and brass basket. This little bell is the same as the one that was in the middle of my hutch. I really like how the brass elements look mixed in with my redone. And then I've shared this many times, but this is one of my favorite shelves in my hutch. I have this little bobbin that I added recently, and then in this creamer, all of these items are thrifted. The mallet, spoon, spool, masher, and then this little pie crimp. I have thrifted all of these over the last several months. And then I also love this drawer piece right here. I paid around $11 or $12 for this, but I love the distressed look of it, and I have it displayed right here. And like I said, this is one of my favorite shelves, and I love how all of my thrifted items are incorporated into this space. On the top up here, this cheese dish was thrifted. I think I paid $4 or $5 for it, and I've seen those go for a lot more at other places. And then this little sifter was under $2, and this little copper mug was $2 as well. So I hope that you enjoy coming along and seeing the items in my kitchen that are thrifted. I absolutely love going to the thrift and antique stores, flea markets, and those kind of things, and finding the treasures to bring into my home. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one, friends. Bye.